I thought I would make one more video about creepy Chomo, um, Minor Mouse, and his creepy co-defendant. I mean, there's just no other way of looking at it. There's a saying, misery loves company. All right. Well, Chomos love company. I don't understand how this guy thinks bringing up his co-defendant, which actually seems to be his co-defendant when you look at the evidence, Paul Warner Powell, who was executed in 2010. Now, this is Minor Mouse's Virginia record, and I only counted 16 charges up until he pled guilty to, right up here, carnal knowledge with a 13 or 14-year-old girl. Now, his first offense, which pops up, the offense date is 12/15/1997, grand larceny. And he has another offense on that same day, statutory burglary. Now, you go to this Powell guy, right? This is the same county, same circuit court, everything. 12/15/1997, offense date, misdemeanor petty larceny, and then statutory burglary. But you go up this guy's, you know, you have capital murder here, and you also have rape, and you actually have abduction here. He mentioned, this is Minor Mouse who mentioned abduction. Abduction charges. I don't see any abduction charges for a Minor Mouse, but I do for this creepy Paul Warner Powell guy, and use of a firearm. And he was executed in 2010. Now, wait till you hear about this guy. I mean, I don't know why Minor Mouse thinks this helps him, but Paul Warner Powell was an American man convicted and executed for the murder and attempted rape of a 16-year-old acquaintance in 1999. He also raped and severely injured the girl's 14-year-old sister. All right, the depths of this guy's depravity. I mean, it's astonishing. Who unexpectedly survived. After his capital murder conviction was vacated on appeal, he wrote letters boasting about his crimes, under the mistaken belief that he was exempt from punishment by the principle of double jeopardy. His letters were used as evidence against him in his second trial that resulted in his execution in 2010. On January 29th, 1999, in Manassas, Virginia, 20-year-old Powell killed his 16-year-old friend, Stacy Reed. He first attempted to rape her. Upon learning Stacy's current boyfriend was African American, after Stacy fought him off, he in turn stabbed her in the chest, puncturing her heart. Powell then drank iced tea and smoked, waited for Christy, Stacy's 14-year-old sister, to come home from school. When she arrived, Powell raped and strangled her and stabbed her in the stomach before slashing her throat and leaving her to die. I mean, what a disgusting, depraved act that is. Um, After arriving home, finding Stacy's body, the girl's stepfather searched the house for the phone and called police and EMTs, and then found Christy bleeding in the basement. Christy ultimately survived with scars on her neck as visible evidence of the brutal attack. She was able to testify against Powell in his trial. Now, this case is completely unrelated to Mighty Mouse's creepy Chomo case, which he doesn't really want to give any real information about. Just wants to pretend that he's the victim here. Now, he was convicted of capital murder and sentenced to death, but the verdict was thrown out on appeal by the Virginia Supreme Court. The court decided that there was insufficient evidence to prove that Powell attempted to rape Stacy and that there was no other aggravating factors that would warrant a death sentence. The fact that Christy had been raped could not serve as a basis for making Stacy's killing a capital murder. The conviction for the rape of Stacy was upheld, and Powell was given 3 life sentences. Powell, believing that he no longer faced the death penalty because of double jeopardy, then wrote an abusive letter to the prosecutor and admitted that he attempted to rape Stacy and boasted about his crimes in detail. among several other taunting or threatening letters he sent to the victim's family. And the principle of double jeopardy did not apply, since although his capital murder verdict had been vacated, he had not been acquitted, and he was still eligible to be retried. Using the letter that Powell wrote, prosecutors indicted Powell again for the rape and murder of Stacy Reed. Powell was once again convicted correctly and sentenced to death. So that's basically Mighty Mouse's creepy chomo burglary man. All right, friend. I mean, this guy, woo. And, he seems to think that this makes it any better, you know. Chomos love company. I mean, what do you want me to say? Um, but you can see his entire record here. He got into a bunch of trouble, within basically weeks or days of the offenses. You got 12, 15, 12, 16, some offenses, and then 12, 18, 12, 19, and then you can see 1, 6, he did another little criminal spree. Um, Hopefully he didn't murder and rape anybody. But, that was on 1, 6, 1998. And then a whole 10 years later, you can see the carnal knowledge without force. So, yeah, there's pretty good evidence, I would say, that this guy here is this co-defendant, the same offense state, the same circuit court. Um, you can click on the case and you can see, Manassas, VA. Let's have a look here. Over here, Manassas, VA. Um, this is Minor Mouse, and this is his creepy, you know, chomo murdering rapist homie. All right, it's sick. I don't mean to laugh about it, but I'm just laughing how people can just take anything this guy says seriously after this. Anything. But there you go. Thank you for watching.